Hi guys, Luke here. In this video we are going to run some tasks in the background that will happen in certain defined time intervals, and it's going to be very quick and easy because we are going to use a Django Crontab package for this. The downside of this is that this won't work for Windows. So I wanted to be 100% honest with you guys because I value your time. If you're a Windows user, you probably should quit watching this video in this moment. If you're not a Windows user, let's get started. Alright guys, so before we actually begin, as always, let's just take a short look at what have I done so far. So I started a new Django project called the Docs project, and I also added one application called the Documents. In the settings PY, I provided information about the media URL and the media root, and in the URLs PY, I included those settings and the URL patterns. What I did forget is to add documents to the installed app list, so I'm going to do it right now, and I'm going to save this file, and yeah, let's install Django Crontab. So the link is in the description. The first step is to install Django Crontab, so we need to go to our terminal, run pip install Django Crontab. Let's wait a few seconds. Alright, it has been successfully installed, so let's take a look at the next step. The next step is to add Django Crontab into our installed apps. So yeah, maybe above the documents, let's add Django Crontab. Okay, and then we need to create in our application cron py. Okay, so we need to head over to the documents and over here create a file called cron py, and we can copy this, paste it over here. You can create your own function. You can name it however you want, but I'm just going to stick with the docs, so it will be my scheduled job. And then we need to grab the cron jobs and paste it inside the settings py. So let's go back to the settings, and I'm going to paste it maybe over here. So I'm going to put in a comment cron jobs, and we would like to run it every minute. Right now it's set up to 5 minutes, so let's change this to 1. And then my app is going to be documents. So documents, and then cron is going to be the file, and my scheduled job is the function that you see over here. Alright, and right now what we need to do is provide some logic for this my scheduled job. But before we do that, let's have a look at our models py. Let's actually save the cron py file, and let's save the settings py. And let's take a look at models py file, because over here we need to create our model. The first model is going to be a test model, so this is actually how I'm going to name it. So it will be test models inherits from models.model, and we will have only one field that is going to be name, and this is going to be a char field with the max length of 4. Okay, so now we can go ahead and save this, go to our admin, from .models we want to import our test, and let's register it in the admin. So admin site register test. Okay, so now we can go ahead and save this, go to the terminal, Python manage py, make migrations, okay, we have an error, max length. Okay, I made a typo, max length. All right, sorry about that. migrations again, and Python manage py migrate. All right, so right now we can of course run the server, Python manage py run server, and I also created a super user before, so right now I'm already logged in into the admin. Once I refresh, we see the tests. Okay, so the next step is to have this cron py do something, of course with the use of my scheduled job. Okay, so I'm going to write down, first of all, we need to have an import. So from .models, we want to import test, and we are going to create test objects every single minute. So let's just write text objects create, and the name is going to be test. Okay, so now I'm going to save this, and yeah, let's jump back to the documentation, and here we have Python manage py Crontab add. Let's stop the server from running. I suggest to add a dot at the end. Okay. And right now we can show the Crontab jobs. Python manage py Crontab show. Okay. And yeah, we can go to our admin, to our tests. If we of course run the server, and we have no tests right now. Okay, but in a minute, in less than a minute right now, we should have a first test object. And there it is. Here is our first test object. Okay, and in a minute we will have another one. And there is another one. Okay, so this is working. And yeah, right now what we can do is to go back to the documentation, and if we would like to remove it, it's just Python manage py crontab remove. So I'm going to copy it, stop the server from running, run this command, and yeah, that's basically it. So right now we are going to do a little bit more yeah, advanced example, just a little bit, and we are going to work with the documents themselves. So here we will have another function called documents expired check, and for now we are going to put in pass. So what we need to do now is to go to models py and create another model, which is going to be the document. This also inherits from models.model, and let's define some fields. So we are going to need some kind of a file. So I'm just going to put in uploaded file, and this is going to be a models file field. And let's set the upload to images. So I also need to put in a media folder inside the source directory. So let me do it really quickly. Media, okay. And yeah, let's create another field called expiration date, and this is going to be a models date field, and then we will have expired. This is going to be a models boolean field with the default set to false. And then we will have updated, and this is going to be a models date time field with auto now equal to true, and created models date time field with auto now add is equal to true. Okay, so let's add a string representation this time. and let's return str. Maybe let's return self ID. Okay, so I'm going to jump into the admin. Here we are going to import the document. We are going to register the document. Let's save this and let's run Python manage py make migrations, Python manage py migrate, and Python manage py run server. Right? And let's go to our admin. Let's hit refresh. Now we see documents. So let's actually add some, okay? Okay, so I'm going to select files from the desktop. I prepared, for example, sales data, and I'm going to set the expiration date to yesterday, okay? And then I'm going to save and add another one. So over here, I'm going to select the script, and then I'm going to select the date for maybe yeah, 1st of August, and I'm going to save and add another one, and I'm going to select this digit JPG, and I'm going to select expiration date for the 20th of August. Okay, so now we have 3 documents, and now we need to provide some additional logic. So going back to our cron py, I'm going to copy this, and with this documents expired checked copy, I'm going to head over to the settings py file. Here I'm going to paste it, but I'm also going to copy this, add a comma, and here we are just going to place this function next to underneath the one with the my scheduled job. Okay, so now I'm going to save this, and we need to put some logic over here. Documents expired check. All right, so first of all, maybe let's do some imports. We will need to have also our document, so let's bring it in. And we will also need to import the date time. So I'm going to write down from date time import date time. And that's basically it, I think. We will see, but I think this will be enough. So I'm going to write down a variable called today, and this is going to be date time today, and let's format it with the srf time, year, and then month and day. Okay, and then what we need to do is to define a query set. So let's write document, and we want to write down objects, and we also want to filter them because we want to filter by the expired. So if expired is equal to false, we want to have a look at those documents. And now we can create a for loop for doc in the query set. We can grab the expiration. So I'm creating another variable called exp, and we need to refer to the object, which is a doc, and we want to refer right now to the expiration field, which is written down expiration date. Yeah, sorry about that. We will leave it like this, okay? Just to save some time. And then strf time, and I'm just going to copy this and paste it over here. And now we can do a check. If xp is smaller than today, then we want to set the field in our object, which is expired, to true. The default value is false, okay? And simply what we need to do next is to write down doc save. And this is basically it. So hopefully this will work. We will find out once we run python manage crontab add. Let's quit the server from running, and also I'm going to run show and python manage py run server. Okay, let's go back to our admin. Let's take a look at the tests. We still have 2 test objects, so now let's wait less than a minute and let's see if something has changed over here. Alright guys, so we have another test object, so this is working, and now let's take a look at the documents. So over here we have expired set to false because the expiration date is the 20th and today is the 13th. Let's take a look at the second, and here we have expired, as you can see. And then over here we have expired as well. So this is working, and yeah, basically this is it for this tutorial. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel. Few words about the upcoming releases. So at the end of the week, Sunday, maybe Monday, I will publish the 3rd part of the Django with artificial intelligence. We are going to at least start creating the convolutional neural network, and then probably the next video will be the 13th part of the social network project. Alright guys, so thank you once again, have a great day, and bye bye.